Alright, so this is week 6 now, and it's probably been like 3 months or something since I started trying to learn auditing and stuff by now. Because I started right at the end of my GCSEs, which was around June, they ended June 20th, and today it's September 22nd. I took a few days of a rest after GCSEs, and so yeah, it's been about 3 months. I've earned $2. So, the results aren't remarkable in the beginning with this auditing stuff. But at least I've earned something so far. I think that's a really good sign. And progress with these things, I don't think is linear. So hopefully, as my skills develop, I'll be able to monetize it more and get more value out of my skills. Because I know people that do private audits do extremely well. So that's what I'm eventually working towards. But yeah, I was just thinking this week, every week from now, because obviously I only film one video a week now, I'm going to write down notes about what I'd like to talk about. And I was thinking throughout this week how I can't get good at everything. Like, there's so many things I could be doing right now. I see people on Twitter in real life like, oh, I made all this money dropshipping, I made all this money building a SaaS product, I made all this money, doing random things. And the thing is, there's so many things I could be doing right now. And I know I could, if I wanted to, do a lot of different things. But I think to get good at one thing requires extreme dedication into that one thing. And because my time is limited with having college or school, whatever you call it, because my time is limited, I can't try and do everything. I can't try and build a YouTube business, do auditing, build a SaaS product all at the same time. That's just not how you become good at anything, I don't think. I don't think you get good at something by being distracted and not focusing on it. So, what I'm doing is focusing on auditing right now. I did an audit recently. I submitted a few things over the past week. It was on a thing called Boost Protocol. I'm really struggling to understand the code of just whenever I recode. So that's a skill that hopefully will get better over time. I submitted 2 things, but the chances are, if they're even valid, they won't be very valuable. So I'm not very good yet. But my objective is that over time I'll get better and be able to find the more valuable bugs, because the people at the top of this space, they get like thousands for every contest. So there's clearly opportunity in this. I just need to improve my skill set. Yeah, I was thinking as well, if I expand on that idea of focus, so like, to give you some context, I've only been working for like 25 to 30 hours every week on auditing, which, it's not that bad. I'm still able to meet a lot of goals with it and get through a lot of audits and read a lot of resources and learn a lot. But it's not a great deal of time relative to the goats of the space that do 80 plus hours a week. So I'm not going to be able to learn everything as quick as everybody else because I have to do well at school as well. But I was thinking, I'm sort of weighing up in my head, would it be smart to specialise and build a brand in one particular area of auditing? So this guy, Alex40 on Twitter, he's built up a really strong brand for being a beast at lending protocols, and I think that's a really, really smart idea to be in the auditing niche and then niche down even further into DeFi protocols. Because I think that Alex 40 guy, he crushes it in the lending contest as well. So I think he'll be making like thousands off each private audit he does, because that's his speciality, that's what he's honed in on, that's his skill set. Oh, there's a tree that's fallen down. Anyway, so I think his strategy of focusing on DeFi lending is really, really smart, because exactly what I was saying, what I was going on to say, he'll be able to charge thousands for solo lending audits, and I was thinking, because I've only got, let's say, 25 hours a week to work on auditing, wouldn't it be smarter to focus on one specific subset of protocols, so like lending, like ZK or something like that, focus on a subset, get really good at that, build a brand around auditing those types of protocols, and then be able to do private audits for something really specific. I think that would likely be a really smart way, because I feel like I guess doing that I could probably get to like 10k a month doing private audits in one specialty. But there's a few problems. I need to pick a specialty, and also I don't know anything about anything yet. So what I was thinking is, it would probably be best if the next like few months I focus on just auditing as much as I can, as much of anything as I can, and then after a few months of doing that and hopefully gaining some rewards just doing general auditing, then really hone down into doing something really specific, and then while doing that specific thing, trying to build a brand on Twitter around that specific thing, and then hopefully being able to become like one of the top 10 experts in lending protocols. Because I don't think, no, this isn't a think, this is like, I know I can't become a top 100, I probably can't become a top 100 auditor on 30 hours a week doing everything, because other people work a lot more than me because of their situations. But I was thinking I could probably become a top, like, I don't know, top 10 auditor in something really specific, like, I don't know, DeFi is like everything, but lending in something really specific. So I feel like that would be a really good strategy for me to take. Just for the next few months, audit as much as I can of everything, and then after gaining some experience, seeing where the opportunities lie, then pivoting, well, not really pivoting, then specializing in one specific thing, because I'm like convinced that people who specialize will make more money, and I'm like highly like, I really think that Alex 40 guy on Twitter will be making like 10k a month or something, because, well, he literally shares that he makes 10k a month, but probably even more. Like, he can probably charge like 5k for a private audit in lending, and like in a few years, like 1 or 2 years, he may be able to charge like 10k, 20k for a single private audit from himself. So I feel like that would be a really, really good strategy. But for now, I'm just going to keep on auditing as much as I can, learning as much as I can. There's a few Cairo audits on, so I might try and learn a bit of that. That's what I've been doing this morning, because there's no like solidity audits on. So yeah, I was learning that. If I learn more about Cairo, I think that'd be a great idea. So I just want to audit as much as I can over the next few months, and then eventually specialize, hone in on one thing, become one of the best at that specific type of auditing, and then hopefully be able to charge a lot of money to just like for my services. And I think that put me in a really, really good position just in life in general, if I'm able to get a super specific, super valuable skill set. But alright, this is another thing I wanted to speak about. I think Pashov is Pashov is the goat of security, yeah? Or one of at least. And the thing with him is he's not just a really good auditor, which he is, but he's not just that. He's also a really good marketer, and that's what's so impressive about him. And that's why he's probably making almost $1 million a month. Because his marketing skills on Web3 have been really impressive. He is one of the strongest auditing brands. And I think that's an important insight for me to understand, because he may not be the number one auditor, but he's probably the number one money making auditor, because his business skills are really, really good. And his marketing is really, really good. So I think that's an important insight for me to take away from seeing him. Is I need to have not just good auditing skills, but also good marketing skills of how to sell my services. But let me just come back to the $2 over 3 months. Which, when I say that, it does sound pathetic. That's because it is. But I always get the back of my mind saying, why don't you switch to doing this thing? Look at this guy, he's making all this money doing X, Y, Z. Why don't you do that? And there's a train coming, ugly. So yeah, I've learned nothing so far, and I've worked really hard. But my expectation is that if something's hard to learn for me, hopefully it'll be hard for everyone else. And this skill is only valuable because it's hard to learn. So my thought process is that I just need to keep on sticking with auditing, because the people that stick with auditing for years, that have stuck with auditing for years, do really, really well. And I think for me, the important thing to understand is that if I don't give up, and if I keep on going, I'll probably be crushing it in 1 or 2 years. So that's my thought process. It is very weird though. I walk through, I'm walking on the same route I did in my first video, and I've only earned $2, even though I've worked really, really hard. But I know that the rewards of this work now are really, really far downstream. When I learn about protocols, read through reports, when I learn about methodologies, the results of this work are so far downstream, I won't see it for months and months of time. But I know that, I'm hoping that this delayed gratification that I have now, and that this skill learning will put me in a really good position within the next, few months to really exploit this skill set. Because I think my skill set's getting better. Actually, no, I know I'm getting better. But it's just a case of I need to just keep on working and not give up on this thing. Just keep on putting in the hours. And I know eventually I'm going to be successful. So yeah, that's about it for this video. These videos are interesting though, because these videos of me going on this auditing journey or whatever, they will be only ever watched by somebody if I become successful. So if I become successful, these videos will be a time capsule of me before being successful. And if I don't become successful, these videos will be a set of videos about a delusional child that thinks he can be successful at something. So yeah, hopefully one day somebody watches this video of me next to this stream and gets inspired or something, because for me at least, the road of trying to learn auditing is really, really hard, and I'm getting like no results in the first few months. So if I become successful in the next few months, people will be able to see this version of me not successful, and hopefully that'll inspire people. But yeah, my phone's about to run out of storage, so yeah, see you next week.